Hollywood stars, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to be doing a super in-depth tutorial on this look right here. I really love the way it came out, so if you want to see what I used to create this look, then just keep watching. And as always, don't forget to shine bright because it's Low Hollywood time. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I really want to play off of my shirt. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like this really pretty like green with a little bit of flowers. So I kind of want to incorporate that into my eye look. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and just prime my skin using my Farsali Skin Tune Blur. This is such a great primer. I also have this little sample of the Skin Refined Zone. This is by MAC and it's a primer and it helps to control the oil and it also helps to shrink the pores. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this just kind of like in this area where I have the most pores. Just kind of really work it in. For foundation, we're using the Wet n Wild Photo Focused Foundation. This is such a good foundation as well. I feel like it may be like a tiny bit dark right now because I feel like during the summer I was a little bit more tan and now my foundations from the summer are looking just a little bit dark, but that's okay. So I'm going to add a little bit of this all over, or a lot. And then I'm just going to take my Real Techniques sponge and just work it in. And also add some to the lids so that everything can blend and look seamless. Because the last thing I want is to have pink eyelids. They're just going to look weird. For concealer, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in Light Sand. I love this one. It's super bright and I love how bright my under eyes look when I use this one. So I'm going to add a little bit to the under eye, to the bridge of the nose. I'm going to use some of my Huda powder and this is just in the shade Pound Cake. And we're just going to add this to the under eye wherever we added some concealer. I'm going to use this side of the sponge. By the way, I just watched Huda's video on Instagram. She did like a baking video and I really love the tip that she gave about basically like squeezing all the water out with a paper towel. So I actually been doing that and honestly it works. Like sometimes I hadn't been doing this technique because sometimes the powder just kind of clumps up on here or it kind of just gets I don't even know, like patchy and like I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about. It's just so hard to explain it. Like the powder sticks to the sponge and it's so annoying. So really making sure that it doesn't have any like a lot of excess water will definitely help it out. So basically just use a paper towel and squeeze the excess out. So thank you Huda for the tip. I feel like it's nothing like mind-blowing, but I didn't even think to do that, so it's clearly mind-blowing to me. For the rest of my skin, I'm going to be using this Morphe setting powder. This is the Filter Effect powder in Filter 3. I hadn't used this in a minute, so I'm almost hitting pan on it actually. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is such a good powder. So I'm just going to be applying this all over the face, basically wherever we didn't use the Huda powder. And I'm using my favorite brush ever. I love this one. What is this called? This is a stippling, I think it's called stippling brush by Smashbox. So long. For my face, we're going to be using this Cocoa Collection by Kylie Cosmetics face palette. So this one has a really pretty bronzer. I really like it and it has really nice highlights as well as a blush. I'm gonna go ahead and use my angled brush. This is by Morphe R4 brush. And I'm gonna just dig into the bronzer and kind of start up here. I've been really loving having my bronzer a little bit higher up because I feel like it gives you a really like nice pulled effect. And it like doesn't make your face look droopy or anything. So always keep in mind when adding bronzer to go higher up, not lower. See how pretty that is? It just kind of like chisels my face out. I also love this bronzer because it's not super dark and it's also not like super warm tone or cool tone. It's like right in the middle. So I really like it. And I like to do more of stippling motions. That way I make sure that I don't disturb the foundation underneath. I'm also gonna do a little bit up here to the forehead and just stippling motions. And kind of work a little bit down here into the neck area, a little bit in the tip of the nose. I'm gonna grab this M6 brush. This is by the Brittany Bear times Morphe collaboration. I'm gonna just take a little bit of that and kind of just carve the nose out, like chisel the nose out. So make sure you go all the way up. That way it kind of connects to the brow. Kind of like that, and then kind of do a little line like that. And then I'm gonna just take my little sponge and just kind of work it so that it doesn't look super like blunt and in your face. Okay, so for the blush, we are going to be using the blush that's in here, and I'm going to use this brush, the angled brush by Smashbox. I really like this brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do it on the apples of the cheeks. I feel like this is what Kylie does and I love that look. Like, I don't even care if my face looks extra round because I just love this look so much. Like, it just looks so youthful, I feel, you know? So, side note, I don't know if I told you guys, actually I did tell you guys, who am I kidding? So I did tell you guys that I was quitting my job at MAC, which also means that I won't be getting my discount. So today I'm gonna go to the mall, go to the MAC store and just spend money. And I'm kind of like nervous because I don't have another job, but this is so reckless of me, right? But the makeup addict in me is like, you can't miss out on the discount. Like, just buy it and just kind of like bring in the energy and just manifest like, I will find a job, I will find a job. So I'm just like, you know what, F it, I'm gonna go splurge, get my money's worth, and you know, get out with a bang, because honestly there's so many good MAC products that I need and that I'm never gonna have that discount ever again. So I'm just thinking like, how much should I spend? Like, how much is excessive, you know? Like, I don't want to go overboard either, but I want to make sure I get everything I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and well, I am going to the mall, but I will probably do a video showing you guys everything I got, so that way you guys can, you know, see how much damage I did. But yeah, anyways, that's a different video. Let's keep going with the makeup. Okay, so for the highlight, we're gonna use these two that are in here. I'm gonna do the darker one first, and I'm just gonna sort of like just caress a lot of my cheek and up here, because this one's more of a natural color, I think, on my skin tone. It doesn't look like super white or gold or anything. So I'm just gonna go like up here, like very sun-kissed, even though it's like cloudy outside. Okay, and then we're gonna go in with the lighter shade, so this one right here. And by the way, this is a Sigma brush. This is just a tapered highlighter, F35. And this is just gonna be up here in the very high points of the cheekbone. Ooh, it's so pretty. Okay, is my thing like on my page? Okay. Okay, so I almost had a heart attack because I didn't know if my camera was recording or not, but it is, thank God. Okay, so I'm gonna just take a little bit on my ring finger and I'm gonna add a little bit of this to the bridge of the nose and to the tip, just to pinch it even more. I love a pinched nose look. And then a little bit to the Cupid's bow. Okay, that looks pretty good. So next we're gonna go ahead and just set the skin, and I think I'm gonna do a little bit of my Morphe setting mist. I'm just gonna help melt everything into the skin. I love that spray, it's so bomb. Okay, so meanwhile I'm just gonna work on the brows. So I'm taking a spoolie and I'm basically just working the hair upwards. So I don't know if you guys saw my video about how I do my eyebrows, like my eyebrow routine, and then I briefly talked about like my eyebrow journey and the eyebrows that I used to do before, like my current brows. I've been doing it lately and I'm just like, I don't know, I just love the big like fluffy brow, the big like, just like it, like they don't look tapered, like, how do I say it? Like, they just look out of control, but in a good way, you know? So, I've just been really enjoying doing that. So, that's probably what I'm gonna do today, TBH. So, what I do is I just fluff them up. So, with a spoolie, just take some clear brow gel. Honestly, brow gel, I feel like you can get it anywhere. This is $1. I feel like I've mentioned that before at shopmissay.com. And it works just as well as any high brand brow gel. So I'm just applying this all over and again going in upward motions. I'm gonna go ahead and just use a little bit of my soft ochre, which is kind of running out. So I'll see what I can scoop out of here. I usually, for the most part, I've been doing concealer on the lid, but I usually will do concealer like first because like when I blend it out it kind of gets into this area, and since we already have our face done I don't want it to mess it up, so I'm just going in with regular primer. I think I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics Zodiac Love Signs palette. There's like 2 of these. I'm not sure if the other ones is called something else. I think this one's, yeah, this one's a Love Signs, the other one is something else, but these are so bomb. So I think I'm just gonna use this palette. Take just a fluffy brush and I'm gonna dig into this really pretty like yellow mustardy shade and just kind of apply that into this inner portion of the crease / inner corner. Just kind of work it upwards. Okay, and then we're gonna go into this darker shade right next to it. By the way, these right here are all matte and then the outer corner are all shimmers. So this one's gonna go right next to it. Okay, so kind of like that. And then for the outer corner, I think I'm gonna do this orangey shade, or actually no, I think I'm gonna do brown. So let's do this brown shade right here. So that will go here, right next to that orangey shade. I'm gonna move on to a more tapered brush. This is the JS6 from Morphe times Jeffree. So I'm gonna take a little bit more brown, the one that we already used, and just kind of really concentrate it in this outer crease area. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this Cancer shade, which is a really beautiful gold shade, and this is just gonna go right here in the inner. Oh my god, that's so freaking pretty. I can't. So that's just gonna go right here in the inner crease slash lid. Oh god, I can't talk. But this looks so freaking pretty. I guess we're not doing green. And then I'm gonna go into the Leo shade, which is a really pretty bronzy shade right next to it. And I'm gonna be adding this to the outer portion of the lid. This is a stunning palette, you guys. I actually wanted to get this palette like for a while, and then finally I was like, I'm gonna get it because it's so pretty. And then for the center, I think I'm gonna do some of this Virgo shade, which is this really pretty like pale orange. These shimmers are magnificent. Ooh, yes. I'm gonna go back to my JS6 brush and just kind of work it up here. I'm gonna take some of this brown shade and we're just gonna work this underneath the lower lash line. I might look kind of weird. So then for the inner portion, I'm gonna dig into this really beautiful like big shade in the middle, which is just like a nice how do you say it, like a nice beige. I like can't even talk. Beige. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like a lighter shade of the rest. Champagne, yes. That's what I'm trying to say. This is like a champagne color. And I was literally about to be like, I wish they included a lighter shade, and guess what? They did, and it's the center, and it's the biggest one because they knew that people needed the shade. So I have this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. This one is called Iced Mocha. So I think I'm gonna be using this in my waterline. You're gonna barely be able to tell, but it looks really nice. Like, it just gives you just enough depth, you know? Let's finish the brows. So I'm gonna go in with my Shade Plus Shade Brow Tint by MAC. This is in the shade Fling. And this is when I just go wild and I just go upwards. So it just creates like hair-like strokes. I just go everywhere. This just makes them look so much fuller and like bomb. I'm just gonna go in with the In Extreme Dimension by MAC. So I actually also have, oh wait, I am recording. Hello, get it together. Okay, so I actually have this heavy metal eyeliner. I think I used this in my last video, but this is in Midnight Cowboy by Urban Decay, and this is so pretty. So I think I'm gonna do like a little line up here, just like to kind of emphasize the crease. So I'm going to use these lashes. These are by Space Face Lashes, and these are in the style Moonbeam. I think they changed the name to Transporter, but these are the ones I'm going to be using. So let me put them on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and I added still lashes, and I also added some eyeliner because I totally forgot that the lash glue was black and then it got all black right here. So I was like, okay, let me just use some liner. So I also added some mascara to the lower lashes, and now for lips, we're gonna use this Bare Minerals Borderline Lip Liner. This is like a pretty natural lip liner color close to my lips. I just kind of want something there for when I put the liquid lipstick. And then I'm going to use this Bare Minerals Friendship Matte Liquid Lipstick. These are actually super comfortable on the lips, like they don't feel drying at all. Oh, that's such a pretty color. So I think that's pretty much it, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this super in-depth tutorial. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.